Hello friends, today we are going to talk about second chapter of the book Riddles of Hinduism by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In this chapter he is questioning the concept of eternity of Vedas, as it is widely believed that Vedas are eternal and it is not written by human, hence it is called Apaurushe, while the Smriti are written by humans as it is remembered from the narrations of other previous scholars, but the Shruti is called Shruti as heard because it seems like it is seen by seers, not exactly written or narrated by human mind. Hence it is called Apaurushe. So Ambedkar is questioning that kind of belief, and in process of it he quotes many scriptures that talk about the four yugas, the Pralay and Shrishti, and in the end he asks that the Vedas has to be written by someone in the beginning. So while he was quoting those concepts which mentions that in the Hindu cosmology the time is not linear, so the time is cyclic and hence it repeats itself. So there is no question of who wrote it first. So his riddle stops here. He answers himself by mentioning those four yugas. There is no first person to write it in the first place. It has to remain in the cycle itself. There is no need of first human author of it. So even though his riddle was itself very absurd and it ended very quickly, even right in his own statements, but let me rephrase this riddle and let me get to the more difficult question which he should have rather asked. The real question should have been that why is it called Apaurushe? Why is it called godly? Why divine? Why not human? It feels like human. When you read a verse, when you read a translated version of any Vedic mantra, it feels like a very natural prayer which any normal person would have probably asked, like he could have prayed to Lord Agni or Lord Indra to help him in his actions. So it feels that kind of prayer, and there doesn't seem very much special about it. So why is it called divine? Another point is that the prayers of Vedas are not even divine permissions or divine orders. It doesn't feel like God is ordering people to follow a particular culture or particular society. Dharma is not established in the Vedas itself. Dharma is established through the Dharma Granthas that become Manusmriti. That's why the rules of Dharma keep changing, because it is not established in the Shruti itself. So why is it that these simple prayers were considered so divine that they told us that it is they are unable to change, they cannot change it, no one can? And the other kind of literature like Smriti or Puranas, these are creations of human mind. The kind of difference we are seeing here is the kind of thing we see in the science that suppose someone invent something, suppose someone invent a phone or a laptop, he can say that he invented it. But suppose Newton finds a law of gravity, he says he discovered it. He did not invent it because it was already there. So how does that applies to the concept of Vedas? first let us see what they really meant when they said the Vedas are Aparoshe. They are not talking about the books itself. They are not talking about Ved Samhitas. Wherever they talked about Vedas, they talked in terms of Rik, Yajur and Sam mantras, not the Samhitas, because Atharvaveda itself contains all three kind of mantras. So basically there are three kind of mantras that are called Aparoshe, and the collection of those mantras are called Samhitas. They can be collected in different manner. Now the mantras are in form of chandas. There are different meters in which they are arranged. There can be different meters in which mantras can be set. There can be a particular number of letters in which a mantra should be in there. Like Gayatri mantra has a particular number of letters. In the same way there are Anushtup chandas and other kind of chandas. Each type of chand, they can have different letters, number of letters. Also, each verse can have different accents, like there are three kind of accents, Udat, Anudat and Swarit. So there is very fixed formation of each verse that cannot be altered as it is believed. And that is why the formation of verse itself is very, very rigid. And usually it is believed that no one can alter it, and that is why it is classified as a discovery, not as an invention. This denotes a particular type of mathematical rule applied on the chandas, and mathematics is always eternal. Mathematics does not change. A particular equation or a particular type of formation does not change. So you can consider a verse as not in form of words, not in form of meanings. Although Mimamsak themselves did not consider it in form of the meaning of mantras itself, they always tried to focus on the power of the sound, not on the meaning. Hence, the verses which Vedas contains, these are nothing but a mathematical sort of formation. And they are talking about this kind of formation which is eternal. They are not talking about the meaning itself. They are talking about the formation of the mantras. And it is the reason that they were very protective about it, because they were very scared about the sound itself, about the formulation, the formation of the meters, the formation of the letters, the arrangement of the sound that made the Vedas and the Vedic mantras special. That is why they call it Aparoshe, something that can only be seen, not created, not written. They are talking about the arrangement, and that is basically mathematics. And that answers to the question why we call it Aparoshe. Because mathematics is eternal, that's why these mantras are also eternal. So whatever meaning it contains, it could be a divine order, but it is not. Despite that, these mantras can be called eternal. So that's all.